Hey there guys, what's up? Ragtter here, welcome back to OU Monday. This is the show where we take a look at some awesome battles that I've had in the overused format on Pokemon Showdown. Now, today's battle focuses heavily on the defensive core of Clefable and Skarmory, with Skarmory covering Clefable's physical weakness, and Clefable covering Skarmory's special weakness. Together they form a pretty awesome duo that actually worked very well together in this game. I didn't design them with the intention of, I didn't design this team with the intention of those two working well together, but it ended up working out really well. So let's take a look at this battle. So he leads off with Excadrill, and I had decided to lead off with my Tyranitar to set up my Stealth Rocks nice and early. Well, Excadrill goes for the Earthquake and almost takes out my Tyranitar, but Tyranitar does likewise. I decide, since I can't outspeed this thing for fact and for true, I'd go into Gengar, but I forgot that Excadrill carries the Mold Breaker ability, which lets it hit through Gengar's Levitate ability. That means since Gengar is normally weak to ground, made only immune by its ability, Gengar actually falls to Excadrill's Earthquake, but Excadrill ends up killing itself to Life Orb. So Tyranitar and Ferrothorn exchange some Stealth Rocks here, and I go for the Earthquake to get some chip damage onto it. I basically just wanted to see what it would do, and it turns out it wants to Leech Seed, so that'll drain my HP the longer I stay in. So I decide to switch into Garchomp, and Garchomp ends up getting a critical hit done to it by the Power Whip. And that's not enough to take it out in 2, I can see, but it is unfavorable damage that I can't really heal from Garchomp. And then here's the Leech Seed to undo some of what I've done, and to do more damage to Garchomp. I could have stayed in and gone for another Fire Blast, but I didn't want Garchomp to take any more damage. So I switched into Skarmory, and I basically just wanted to see what he would do here, and it turns out he goes for the Belly Drum. So my decision to use the Whirlwind on this turn was very, very justified. And I actually get the best Whirlwind possible, and he has to bring in Charizard. And Charizard loses half of its HP due to being weak to rock types on its fire and its flying side. So if Charizard switches in again, it dies. So I have Charizard checkmated here, and I bring in Garchomp to use Rock Slide, and for some strange reason he switches out, goes into Azumarill. Azumarill takes the Rock Slide really well, but he's going to lose his Charizard the next time it switches in. So I go into Skarmory because I don't want to lose Garchomp, and Skarmory takes the Aqua Jet like a champion. Especially with the Sun Up, the Water-type attacks of Azumarill and Rotom Wash and Gyarados are all going to be doing half as much. So this guy's team doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But, you know, it's whatever, you know, make your own teams, do what you want. So I switch into Clefable, who because of her Magic Guard ability, does not take damage from anything that's not an attack. So Stealth Rocks and that burn actually mean nothing to my Clefable. He switches out of Rotom and goes into Charizard, who then falls to the Stealth Rocks without ever taking a hit. And that actually lets me get up a free Calm Mind. So that was a complete waste of his turn right there. Now Gyarados comes in, and it goes for the Dragon Dance setup. My Moonblast is definitely going to be enough to kill it again, so I decide to stay in with Clefable and try that again. I know I can take the Waterfall, but it turns out Clefable gets the flinch and can't take her turn. So I have to switch out because I don't want to lose Clefable, it's essential to me winning. And I go into Skarmory, who takes the physical attacks much better, but Gyarados still hits pretty hard. Now confusingly enough, he goes for the Ice Fang instead of the stronger Waterfall, so Skarmory is in significantly better health than it could be. Aqua Jet doing about 14% now without the Sun, still not enough to KO, so Skarmory is free to set up its roost. Now Azumarill's getting desperate, going for the superpower. He's basically looking for anything to crack the nut of my Skarmory, but Skarmory Whirlwinds Azumarill away, and Rotom Wash is brought out, which is a non-optimal. It's basically the worst setup that Skarmory could have, because Rotom Wash is an electric type to Skarmory's flying. But I go into Clefable, and lo and behold, he ends up going for the Will-O-Wisp again, so Clefable gets a free switch in, and as he goes for the Hydro Pump, I'm able to get off a Soft Boiled, which puts me to back to near full HP. The second Hydro Pump, Again, I'm still above half. I have no fear of setting up my Calm Minds. And with every Calm Mind, because Rotom Wash is attacking from the special side, I'm actually taking less and less damage. Here's my second Calm Mind, and this is actually all Clefable needs to sweep through most of the metagame. Now the Volt Switch comes out. He takes 11%, my Clefable does, and Azumarill's brought in basically to die. On this turn I go for the Soft Boiled, so with Leftovers Recovery my Clefable is back to near full HP, and one Moonblast is able to seal Azumarill's fate. My opponent realizes at this point that he cannot win, and runs. Now you might be wondering, Garrett, how do you know you've won at this point? And I'll tell you. It's because Gyarados will take damage upon entering in with the Stealth Rocks, and that puts it in immediate KO range of my Moonblast, as if it wasn't already. Rotom Wash is a little bit bulky, but can't do enough damage to Clefable to reliably KO it before it runs out of PP. And Ferrothorn, being a Steel and Grass type, is doubly weak to Fire, and I happen to run the Flamethrower on this Clefable. And with 2 Calm Minds under its belt, Clefable can roast Ferrothorn for breakfast. So with all of that in mind, this battle was very, very clearly mine. I didn't even have to use my Mega Gallade, which is a little disappointing because I love to use Mega Gallade. But it's fortunate because my team showed that it can function actually just with 2 or 3 Pokemon. Tyranitar and Gengar were both eliminated early on, and both due to misplays of mine, and I didn't even need to bring out Gallade at all. Garchomp actually almost died during the course of the fight. It only got off 1 attack. All of this battle was due to Clefable and Skarmory, and Tyranitar Stealth Rocks actually, I can't discount that. So I'm really happy with this team. Let me know if you guys want to continue to see more of it. I'd be happy to keep making videos of it, but if you get bored, I will switch to another team. In the meantime, I'm going to keep practicing with this one, and we'll see where it goes from there. Until next time, guys, take care, have a good one, happy battling, and bye-bye.